Summary of Life as We Knew It by Susan Pfeffer. Miranda Evans, who is 16, writes in her journal that she is counting down the days until the end of her sophomore year of high school and the start of summer break. In the meantime, she has tests, fights with her mom, and trouble with her friends. Peter, her mom's boyfriend, is the first person to tell her that a big rock is going to hit the moon. Soon, it's all the newscasters and teachers talk about, and they use it as a reason to give her moon-themed projects. Even though there is more schoolwork, the night the asteroid is due to hit, everyone is in a good mood. People in New York are having rooftop parties to watch the game, and even on Miranda's street in a rural part of Pennsylvania, all of the neighbors are out for an unplanned block party. Even though her older brother Matt had doubts about the event and had called home from college the night before to tell them, Miranda, her mom Laura, and her younger brother Johnny all got excited about it. But as soon as the rock shows up in the sky, everyone starts to feel scared. Scientists didn't expect the asteroid to be as heavy as it is, and when it hits the moon, it pushes it closer to Earth. Miranda feels the effects right away, even though she doesn't know how bad they are because her cell phone and TV programs stop working. By the next morning, Miranda knows that her father Hal, her stepmother Lisa, who is pregnant, her grandmother, and her cousin Matt are all fine. But the world as a whole isn't. There were a lot of deaths on both sides of the United States because of rapid, unpredictable tides and tsunamis. Millions of people have died in countries around the world with coasts because the moon's pull on the waves is getting stronger. In response to this news and the strong electrical storms the next day, Laura takes Miranda and Johnny out of school and takes them shopping with her and their senior neighbor Mrs. Nesbitt. They buy things that won't go bad and plants for a veggie garden. Miranda tells herself that these measures are silly and pointless as she looks at their full cupboard. But in the weeks that follow, the power keeps going out, gas prices go through the roof, and food shops stay empty. By the time Matt gets back from college and the school year is over, there is so little food that kids fight over who gets Miranda's friend Megan's peanut butter sandwich for lunch. Megan has chosen to fast and pray because of the disasters, just like other people at Reverend Marshall's church. Things don't get back to normal. Instead, the power outages get worse, as do the temps and the number of rare illnesses. The tides and tsunamis haven't stopped either, and one morning Miranda wakes up to a grim, gray sky. This is because ash from major volcanic events around the world has covered the sky. Within a few days, the temperature drops, and Laura's garden veggies start to die from lack of sunshine. Miranda had been going to Miller's Pond to swim and meet up with Dan, a boy she has been seeing, but soon it will be too cold. By early August, there is frost, and many people, including Hal, Lisa, who is pregnant, Dan, and Miranda's friend Sammy, who is dating a 40-year-old man with money and ties, leave their homes in hopes of finding better conditions elsewhere in the country. Miranda, Matt, and Laura have all cut back to eating only 2 meals a day, and they have also decided to skip a third meal every other day. They don't tell Johnny about this plan, though, because they think that at age 13, he's too young to cut back on meals more. Miranda understands that her mother is counting on him to live if none of them can. Even though Laura is eating even less than the amount they decided on, this makes her angry at her mother. When the Evanses' heating oil runs out, they move into their wood-burning porch. Miranda doesn't like that she can't be alone and that she can't get food. Matt, Johnny, and Miranda all take turns training on some old cross-country skis that they find in the garage. Laura's twice-sprained ankle makes it hard for her to move around. Matt and Miranda talk about how the last person who is still alive will use them to get away. Miranda skis to the hospital for help when Johnny, Laura, and Matt all get fevers and are too weak to leave their beds. Only 2 nurses are in the building, and they say that everyone else is dead, including Peter, Laura's boyfriend. Miranda adds him to the list of people she's lost, which now includes Mrs. Nesbitt and her friend Megan, who decided to starve to death as a sign of her religious faith. Slowly, Johnny and Laura get better with Miranda's help. Matt does, too, but he always seems weaker, and they worry that he hurt his heart while helping Miranda take care of the other 2 while he was still sick. At the end of February, power starts coming back on for a few minutes at a time. The news is still mostly about people who have died, natural disasters, famines, droughts, and diseases. Midway through March, Miranda sees that her whole family is not going to make it. They can all slowly die of hunger, or she can give Matt and Johnny a chance to live. Miranda goes into town because she doesn't want her mother to have to see her die. She knows she doesn't have the strength to walk back. But when she sits down on a street that isn't busy, she sees a yellow flyer. She hasn't seen anything colorful in such a long time that she gets up to take a picture of it. The flyer tells her to go to City Hall, which is where food has been given out since a few weeks ago. Miranda is driven home with 4 bags of food and told that every week she will get more bags. The book ends on Miranda's birthday, when she's happy that there's food in the pantry and that her family is still alive and together. She also says, with hope, that she's not writing this journal for people who will live after her, but for herself, for when things are better than they are now.
About the author. Pfeffer was born in New York City. When she was only 6 years old, she said she wanted to be a writer. Just Morgan was her first book, which came out while she was still a student at New York University. Since then, Pfeffer has written more than 70 books for young people and children. Scooter lives in Middletown, New York.
Hope we summarized it fully and you liked it. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so that we are motivated to create more videos.